The perfect size for a wallet. Not too big, not too long, not too wide. Again, all done in that beautiful, luxurious Vachetta leather. It's the Vachetta leather flap wallet. Right on the back of the wallet, you're seeing that amazing slip pocket, which is great, you know, receipts. Maybe you want to keep some cash accessible, business cards. How amazing. Then you've got this great snap closure with this wallet. Getting in, it's that trifold design. You've got ample storage on the inside for all your credit cards, 8 slots. You've got that terrific ID push-out window. I'm always fighting with my ID. I really need to switch out my wallet so that I can benefit from that. You've got a great coin purse right here. Another thing that I'm lacking, I never have change on me, so how terrific is that? You've got great pockets here. Again, whatever you want to keep, receipts. Maybe you want to store backup cash, but there's 2 pockets right here. And then you've got that great slot for your bills with that amazing ticking. There's that beautiful beige and navy stripe. And again, you know, we mentioned this earlier. Make sure that you fill out your registration cards, register your bags, register your wallets. That's really important. Again, that beautiful gold tone logo here, Dooney Bourke, 1975, and with that snap closure, it's just the perfect size wallet.
You know, it's funny when you come out with your nice bag, you have this beautiful handbag, and then people bring out this ratty wallet.
Yes.
And then you ever been to the grocery store and you're pulling out your ratty wallet and you're like kind of embarrassed. You're like, oh, here. You're like, well, I don't know, it holds everything. Get a new wallet, get a fresh one, get rid of all that junk, those cards you don't need in your wallet anymore, and start with a brand new one. Again, coral, we have the light blue, which is now sold out already hours ago in the today's special. There's that beautiful light pink. We have the dandelion yellow. We have magenta, which is that bright pink, but there's only 5 dozen left. We have the bone, we have the natural, and we have the black. So here we go, Miss Paulette, girl, hang in there. From now on, you're gonna see, you ready, Paulette? 3 exclusives, the showstopper, 5 brand new, and 2 this day onlys. So if you have not seen a whole bunch of stuff coming up, Paulette, in the next hour and a half or so. So stay with me, because we're gonna find a bag that you will absolutely adore. So if you did see this earlier, maybe you're one of those lucky ones who picked up one of the colors that are already sold out. That's great, but stay with me, because we have so many different silhouettes.
Yes.
Wait till you see the next one too. Oh my gosh. A little mind-blowing. And just stay right there for the today's special. Don't forget the 5 flex pay on the wallet. Ends tonight at midnight as well. The showstopper's coming up next.